Welcome to my video, as it's solstice, northern hemisphere, obviously winter, so today is shortest day of the year. I've asked the cards, I've asked the pendulum, so we are going to do a reading on both of these. See what information we have to come out for the next 6 months while we transition from one season to the next. For me, this has been a this is the end of a cycle, as far as I'm concerned. This year has seen development, changes. It's also been a time where I've brought certain situations to an end. And now, for the next 6 months, it's time to try and develop what I hope will become a platform for all in terms of guidance and to help you all develop and grow and find the path that you truly want to walk and to work. See, my issue's going to be work. But, as I said, Freudian slip there. I think that is where these cards are going to come out with. So, I'm going to use 2 decks. It's indicated that it wants to use the Celestial Realms Oracle deck. And the other deck we are using is Blood Moon. So we're going to see what comes out. I thought it quite appropriate that both of these are not just moon related, but galactic in a lot of ways. So we'll see what comes out, what these want to give us as a reading for Solstice. See if it's going to give us what our purposes will be, what we need to change. Try and get this done as quickly as possible as usual. Yeah. Try not to throw the cards on the floor. Right. Okay. I think we're also at a point where there's been so many things this year that I think the best way to say it seems to be fictitious. You wouldn't believe that things were going to happen, and then hey presto, they have. And I think next year one of the things that's going to happen is that we are going to have to change how we view and how we react to things. And also, I will say, I do feel that we also need to be wary of who we are listening to in terms of direction, promises, guarantees. Right, I'm going to do the other set of cards as well now. So let's see if we can get all these out. Right. I think some of my goals, I'll state what my goals are going to be. Hopefully, myself and one of my astro friends, we're going to start looking to create another channel together. Combine the information that we both get and feel, and possibly do some podcasts to see how we move things forward. I'm also hoping that next year I will be able to start to combine the interest that I've had in astrology and the learning that I am doing. And again, use that to give guidance, because when you really sit down and look at how astrology works, there is a lot of synchronization in it. And certainly this year, what I have found is having that even what I consider to be a basic understanding, it just means that I've been able to use the movement of the moon, other planets, and in some ways balance my reactions better. Not always. But I do feel that this year, if I hadn't had the astrology there, I don't think I would be in such a good place as I am now, or as I feel now. I do have concerns and worries, which again I need to work through and just try and get myself into a better frame of mind and be a lot more positive than I have been. So anyway, we have cards. There we go, we got cards. So let's try and get these in order first. Anchor card. Is there an anchor card? No. Readers is okay. Anchor cards in this? Okay. Yes, no? Okay. And then next card. Well, these are the outcomes. Okay. So, again, just try and get that in focus for you. Then bring it up front. See if you're focusing. Thank you. Just stay still for a second. So I'm using my copper pendulum, which again I quite like this because it gives a different. It's like bringing a different element into the readings. Again, I do love my crystals, but I do have an affinity with copper. I do feel it's quite healing. If any of you want a tip, get some of the copper coils or make some copper coils, put them in with your plants, because I can testify that it does help your plants grow better. Right, let's get on with this reading and see where we're going to go. Hopefully we've got enough. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let's have a look and see where we're going to go today. Right, so first card out is Infinite Horizons. And the message on this card is the horizon holds endless opportunities. Step forward with confidence. The next card is the Dreamer's Sky. Dream boldly, the universe is listening and ready to make it real. And then the Cosmic Dance. So, celebrate your journey with joy and gratitude. Each step is a cosmic dance creation. So, let's just have a look at the book for a second. Let's see if I can read this without... Oh, here we go. Infinite Sky. Yes, there we go. So, so the Infinite Sky, which was the first card, this one. So, a new chapter is calling, and the only limit is how far you're willing to go. Infinite Horizons reminds you that your future is not fixed. It's expansive, fluid, and filled with potential. This card invites you to widen your perspective and dream beyond what you've known. You may have outgrown an old identity or path. This is your moment to move beyond the familiar and embrace the unknown. Like a traveller stepping into new lands, your courage is the map. The horizon expands as you walk towards it. So, that's on that one. Let's see if this is going to be Cosmic Dance, Dreamer's Sky. Let's see. Right, Dreamer's Sky. So this was this card. Here we go. I mean, the artistry on these cards is just beautiful. So, your dreams are not just figments of imagination. They are sacred blueprints from your soul waiting to be claimed. The Dreamer's Sky invites you to envision a life beyond limitation. This is not a time to shrink your vision, it is a call to expand it. In ancient cultures, dreamers were considered visionaries, bridges between the seen and unseen. This card reminds you that your ability to imagine is a divine gift. The universe responds not to doubt but to clarity and courage. Let your dreams take up space. Let your inner sky stretch beyond old ceilings. You are not asking for too much. You're remembering what's already on your soul path. And then the last card, as I said, was the Cosmic Dance, which hopefully is going to show itself pretty quickly. Cosmic Dance, Cosmic Dance. Okay. Cosmic Dance, Cosmic Thread. I'm finding all the cosmics apart from the one that I want. Right, bear with us. Aha, here we go. So, and the card here, again, just stunning. Just really beautiful, easy cards to read. So, the Cosmic Dance. Not every movement has to be serious. The Cosmic Dance is a call to celebrate your life, your progress, your becoming. You are not here to struggle your way to enlightenment. You are here to dance with the divine. This card invites play, movement, and joy as sacred acts. Every emotion, every lesson, every triumph is a step in the soul's choreography. Every misstep is part of the beauty. Return to your joy, let gratitude lead. Life becomes a masterpiece when you remember it's not a test, it's a dance. Okay, so that's those 3 cards at the top. So we're just going to go through the ones at the bottom. There we go. So we got the forest gifts. Thriving in unexpected ways, interconnected tales, hidden treasures, spending time in nature. We'll read through them first. Okay, not exactly the happiest of cards. Vigilant watch. Facing fears, protecting your boundaries, being forceful when needed, challenge the darkness. Entwined souls. Fated alliance, honest communication, strength, bonds, karmic lessons, making connections. And then nocturnal sage. Seeking the wisdom of stillness, seeing through lies, trust in your own gut, revealing psychic gifts. Okay, so just to tie these in with the others then. The thing with fungi in general, no jokes, they have the ability to grow and adapt in ways that astound people. And with this card, I think it's giving us, one, a push to reconnect with the land, with earth, with nature. But also it's given us the opportunity to change the way we live, that possibly the way that we do live or how we work or what we do is going to change unexpectedly and possibly bring better ways of doing things. Vigilant watch, I think, is indicating that we need to be standing up for our rights, our way of being, and also to be aware of who and what people are really saying. Because there's a lot of things at the moment that don't sit right, and where we give power to a few, those that have the power are proving to be unworthy of it in a lot of places. Again, the astrology at the moment, some of the placements relate back to the 1940s. We all know what happened around that time. And there are people pushing agendas that are to divide and spread negativity. And sometimes what you have to do is you have to be able to look at the darkness to then use that to see the light where we really should be going. The Entwined Souls card, for me, this is indicating that I've met people who are finally, I'm connecting with people who are like-minded, who have similar goals. It doesn't have to be a romantic card, I will point that out to people. It could be. I don't see it as that. I see this more as being an alliance, honest communication, strengthen bonds, karmic lessons. So I think it's going to be a time where we're going to start seeing karma strike back, and that we are going to start finding the tribes that we should really be with. And if we are open to that, we have infinite possibilities to come. Well, as it said on the first card, sorry, I'm being repetitive, infinite horizons. There we go. And then the final card is the Nocturnal Sage. So we have the Wise Owl. Through mythology, the Wise Owl has always stood out. The bringer of knowledge, guidance, wisdom. It's also indicating that I think there's going to be a development for everyone, whether they like it or not, in the way that we communicate with others and the earth and animals. That we're going to find that we are going to have to look inwards to ourselves and embrace different ways of being, is what I'm being told to say, so I'm sticking with it. This year has been incredibly difficult. It hasn't gone the way that a lot of people have wanted. I think people at this point of the year, if you're not sitting there thinking what the hell's going on, maybe you're going to awaken and see things next year that are going to mean that you're going to suddenly get an awakening, and that you'll realise that the wisdom this year has been missing. And I think, to be honest with you, I think what's happening this time is, whereas in the 40s there was past situations, there's been a lot of smoke and daggers. Is it smoke and mirrors? Sorry. Smoke and mirrors used to cover up the real reason why things have been happening. I think those are going to drop, like the owl. The owl has large eyes. It's very perceptive. It has the ability to see in the dark. It's adapted to the dark. So again, I think this goes with the darkness card, that the owl is giving us the possibility to foresee or see through what's going on. And that we need to be awake enough in our own judgment to realise what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done, to prevent going down the wrong path or staying on a path that is no longer serving anyone. So, that altogether is my solstice reading. Hopefully this is where we mark a land, oh God, even speak properly. We put a line in the sand, and if we see it crossed, we then stand up and we say no more. Or we make that decision now that we are going to go on a different path. Because if we do, I think the connections that we're going to make, if we are open to it, are going to be exceptional. So I will leave that there. Thank you for listening. I'll probably post in the next couple of days, but happy solstice to all those that celebrate it, and season's greetings to everyone.